Hmm. All right. Going live. Going live. Going live. Uh-uh. All right. Let's see. So, making my decision not to go Amazon with my product. I have a couple reasons. I think that I need to go live because I'm an inventor. I didn't go to college. I'm self-taught, and I I think that small businesses make a big difference in our local economies. I don't know if y'all realize, but I'm sure y'all do. Amazon just laid off 30,000 people. These are people who have families, they have children, they have degrees, they have skills, they have something to offer the world. Amazon laid them off. How long have we been kind of outsourcing everything that our communities should be doing for themselves, some type of self-sustaining community? We can't have that. We can't sustain that model because we get everything from China. Dirt cheap, has to be here right now. A lot of it's not necessary. You want a bookshelf? You don't go to the cabinet maker within a 10-mile radius of you. No, you go to Amazon or IKEA, and everything is kind of fake in that way. It's superficial because you don't know this person. They're not going to give you no real warranty. You can't take it to them and say, can I get this fixed or customized like that? You're not going to pass it down. Everything's disposable, and so are the people. And if everybody's disposable, then they should also look at themselves as everybody. Amazon, you're everybody too. You want to get rid of all these people, and I didn't work for Amazon, but Sonic the Hedgehog, yeah. Oh, hi, Rashonda Brooks. Hello, Rashonda. I'm just talking about Amazon because that has something to do with me. So look, this product came off of Amazon. Um, my oldest son, loves Sonic the Hedgehog. This product came off of Amazon. Okay, this is a shoe cleaning brush. I'll give y'all go back into my thing about Amazon in a little bit with their layoffs, but this brush is manufactured in China. I have a relationship with this brush. When I was 18, I dropped out of college. I thought I was going to college to play basketball. I didn't really understand what college was. Like, I got a job in the mall selling shoe cleaner. So what I would do is I would take this brush and a bottle of soap. This is a kit. You can get this on Amazon now. Now when I was 18, it was 2013. Just to let y'all know how old I am. I was in the mall selling this. The bottle was bigger than this though. I was selling this kit. It's called a starter kit. It's a brush that's, what's to the brush? I don't know. But this soap has really nothing special about it. You sell this soap to people, and it's made in China, and the brush is made in China. This brush messes up people's shoes, and this brush doesn't last very long. It's wooden. It gets water damage. You're using water and soap together. It doesn't work very great. All right, cool. Well, that's one product on Amazon. There's no real quality, department on Amazon. It's like, hey, is this product good? No, people commented. They say I like it, I don't like it, whatever. Cool. You're not getting a brush made by anybody in your community. We should have communities that can produce goods for members of the community. And members of the community should be able to patronize a business that belongs to their community, or maybe even a set of communities. Do business with this, patron this business. And we have some strength, bro. Like, why are we getting laid off 30,000 people? 30,000 people, mortgages, rent, childcare, schools, all of that has to be forsaken as far as being paid because we depended on Amazon. We gave them this power. If you think about it, that's really not democracy. You can choose to do what you want to do. You're gonna always choose convenient because it seemed like it's the most convenient choice at the time. But it's not convenient when everything is settled and the dust settles. Convenience is not what's convenient. So anyway, I'm not selling my product on Amazon. This is the product I bought off Amazon. Somebody gave me a like. Appreciate the person whoever thumbs up. Hope you have a good night, man. Hope or woman. Hope y'all have a good night. Thanks for the thumbs up. So anyway, this is the product you buy on Amazon. That's my story about the quality at Amazon and why I don't think Amazon is a solution for people who want to provide a product. Sorry, not a service. Provide a product. I guess services is something you could talk about too because Amazon is selling cars on Amazon now. That's a service, but also a product. But I'll be selling my product not on Amazon. I'm going back. I want to do it old school where I sell my product on my own website. And this is my product. All right, so why am I selling my product on my website? Because I'd rather build my own small company instead of being an Amazon millionaire. Build my company up to a point where I could sustain maybe 5 employees and actually pay them well. And, grow my company with them and have some impact in their life instead of just I sell my product on Amazon. People box it up during a night shift. They don't, it doesn't really make no difference to them because Amazon's going to pay them whatever Amazon pays an hour. And that's just going to until they burn them up and get the next person. I don't really agree with that. I don't agree with that business model. Also, I'm a Christian. You can't work people like machines. People not designed. I know we all happy and glorious about working 7 days a week, nonstop grind. That's not good. I don't view that as good. I don't think that working 7 days a week is good. And Amazon gonna work you. If they could, they work you 8 days a week. Every Lord's Day, every Sunday when I get out of church, I see an Amazon van. I see an Amazon van with somebody's child in it because they can't get childcare. They can't even get a day off. Amazon scheduling them like their whole purpose is to drive that van. And I don't agree with that. So I'm gonna do my own e-commerce website. And instead of selling cheap products from China, I got my phone sitting on my 3D printer right now. I'm gonna manufacture my product, myself, just like people used to do back in the day. We had people who made furniture. And I think I can make a superior product. I've tested this product out over the years. This will be my 4th version. And the thing about this product here is you take the brush, you dip it in some water, and then you take the soap and you put it on the brush. Well, this brush, if you can see through it like that, right? Well, my brush is different. I have the water contained inside the brush. So that's a sprayer right there. I don't have any brush inside this one, but oh, what? I don't have any water inside this one. I thought I didn't have water. There's a little water left over. You see how it sprays. Okay, cool. And then my bristles also don't damage material. You see how dense those are? You can't see through them. They look like a sponge, but when you put water in it or something, it won't fall out. And this brush is not made out of wood like this one. It's made out of thermoplastic because, like I said, I manufactured myself. I designed it and I 3D printed it. I don't want to put this product on Amazon, man. I don't believe that it's something that people should be having on Amazon. That Amazon should have all the power. So anyway, I was on LinkedIn Saturday night, and there's a woman on Saturday. There's a woman on LinkedIn, great recruiter. That's what she does as her career. She's a recruiter, and I've seen her on LinkedIn for a couple of years. Now me, I'm on LinkedIn. I work in a warehouse, so why am I really on LinkedIn? Because I'm interested in sales. I'm interested in product development. So I go on LinkedIn. I'm perusing, and I see her post, and I see that she's open to work. And I was like, she open to work? I was like, it's been a few years. Nobody picked her up yet. Really, really good recruiter. And so she goes and she makes a post. Hey, boom, boom, I got laid off again. You got laid off again from Amazon. Well, I already had knew her as being an Amazon recruiter, but this was years ago, like right after the pandemic type of time when she was a recruiter for Amazon. Well, she got let go again. She got let go from Amazon then. And that was really hard. People share on LinkedIn, and especially, I would say, Black women share on LinkedIn because I think that they kind of go through it a lot because they go through education. Black women specifically, they go through education. They go through being kind of in this weird place where people want to see you do good, but when they actually, you know what I'm saying, come to it in the workplace, I guess they don't really want to see them do that good. I'm not a black woman, I don't know, but it's kind of the feel I get for it. And so she finally gets to this recruiter level. They have different levels of recruiter. They have recruiter 1, recruiter 2, something else. Anyway, after she's been let go this first time from Amazon, she's really going through it, sharing on LinkedIn, and a lot of people rooting for her. So she gets another job, and that didn't work out. You know how jobs can go. Well, she gets another job, and this job she gets happens to be Amazon again. She gets hired at Amazon again. This one didn't last that long. This stint was kind of short. It was kind of crazy too, because if you think about it, Amazon is the type of company that they forecast for like the next 5 years, like for real. They know what their head count's going to be. They know what the economy in China look like. They know what the economy, and they know how these things converge and how they mess with each other and Venn diagram, whatever they have. These people know how to read the signs of the times when they're talking about finances and politics and stuff. Amazon is heavy, a lot heavier than they're not just a marketplace. Amazon is what it is. So they hire her, and she gets a little stint at Amazon, and then they let her go. Well, of course, she's depending on this for her livelihood. I mean, this is her job. But in between this stint between Amazon the first time, jobs laid off, there's another Amazon. Multiple job, and everybody is wrong, huh? You got to ask them, Dre, Imtuf. So she gets another job. Now, in between, get the other job, but in between getting that other Amazon job, she started doing something called entrepreneurship. And she realized that she had a knack for a certain aspect of entrepreneurship, which was the marketing that was involved. So what is marketing, right? I mean, is it traditional marketing as what it was in 2005? Come on, we already know. Look, we sitting here on YouTube scrolling through our videos all day. I'm really kind of not even, I'm making this because I think about this stuff and I'm like, okay, I'll keep scrolling on shorts. But anyway, we scroll on shorts, we watch content, we consume it. So she starts making content because entrepreneurs got to get their stuff out there. She's making like a little jewelry brand or something, nothing too impressive, honestly. But she was doing something to kind of keep her mind occupied, keep her hands busy. And she realized she had a knack and a desire to keep marketing. Okay, well, over there, turn it off. Well, so she tries to start breaking into marketing as a career. I wonder if my hands are making a thing. It looks blurry on my end every time I talk with my hands. So she wants to go into marketing as a career. Marketing is kind of a door that's shut to her because she doesn't have the formal experience. And jobs, they're like, we do things in a conventional and I guess albeit formal way. Stop, son. And she's not able to get, she couldn't work the locks because she's coming from, hey, I was an entrepreneur. I can read, buying patterns and how to market somebody and address them, with content. Don't touch it. He's touching. I got this 3D. So I got any Cobra bed slinger right here, and these have lead screws for the Z-axis. That's exposed because it's not enclosed. And my son is touching it, and it has this grease on him. He no, don't come here. And he can't put his hand in his mouth with lubricant grease from lead screws. That's not a good recipe for humans. So anyway, multiple job, and everybody is wrong, huh? Anyway, I'm reading the same comment. No, not multiple jobs and everybody is wrong. That's not the point of the story. What I'm saying is she's had multiple jobs. This is her story. I'm relating to you her story, her experience, not an objective she's wrong or she's right. You have to be able to use your own discernment to determine that. But I'm telling you the company she worked for and the manner that she communicated was distressful, that she had lost this job, right? So the whole who's wrong, who's right, I guess that's for a judge. But what is wrong is that Amazon is hiring people and people are depending on Amazon. for their livelihood. And then Amazon fires 30,000 people. Well, why can Amazon fire 30,000 people? So this is what I'm getting to. The reason Amazon can fire 30,000 people is because 30,000 people depend on them. And 30,000 people can depend on them because millions of us buy everything from Amazon. We attach to Amazon. We have the golden chains of Amazon around our ankles and wrists, necks, and we love it. We love Amazon package at your door. It's great. People going in debt to shop with Amazon. What would it be like if we had communities that could produce some of these raggedy goods? What if we just had a like somebody in our we have some injection molding machines, at a couple small shops. We don't need to have all this crazy weird stuff. Some local manufacturing would do us very good as a nation, but especially just in the neighborhood sense. Local manufacturing would help us a lot. And I think that recruiting would be a much different thing. Instead of recruiting for these giant, never satisfied behemoth companies, you recruit in a way that makes sense, because you'd also be able to change the pay structure of recruiting, right? So she's a recruiter. What's the pay structure of a woman who recruits for Amazon? Thanks for this second like, whoever gave me the like. But thanks for so the pay structure of a recruiter. Okay, they get paid like a headhunter pretty much. They find talent, and I don't know what these corporate recruiters get paid, but people who do their own hustle, they get paid like that. Well, hey, thanks for scrolling past. I got 2 likes so far, so I'm just gonna keep kind of rambling on about this. This is kind of important to me. I was telling a story about a woman who got fired twice from Amazon, and Amazon just did all these layoffs. My personal position is that people should have local economy, integrity in their local economy. And to have integrity in your local economy, you have to have an economy first. What would that look like for somebody in this position, or the character that I'm highlighting in this story, which is a recruiter who's been fired? Well, you'd probably be able to sustain yourself better as a recruiter if there was local economies that needed people to, that paid people who recruited residuals, because they know that they'll retain an employee for X numbers of years. And that employee, if they perform well, will be promoted and the business will grow. We'll have actual business plans that we have to adhere to. But what we actually have, and I'm just talking about this as my experience as a struggling entrepreneur and building business plans and pitching, we have companies that can get out here like OpenAI and say, hey, investors, we're going to do a bajillion zillion dollars, and you'll be so rich that you can live on the moon. They don't perform, but they have the business plan, they have the accolades. Well, that hurts because that money is going towards something that's never going to materialize. It's just a pipe dream. But also what hurts is that you've taken what somebody has really put stock in, money and hiring and workforce and labor and energy. And of course, the machine of the economy is behind you in a large way when you get an angel investment and people are, making all these searches on your machine and using resources. Every search costs resources. It does. We talk about being renewable and stuff, but a local economy, an economy that's focused on actually doing good for the people and the businesses that are that concern those people that's in their proximity. I really believe that it would help for a recruiter to recruit for a company like that, because now that company has some type of integrity about them where they say, you know what, I'm going to make sure I deliver on my business plan. Obadiah, shh. I'm going to deliver on my business plan. And that means that you actually will see some type of growth. That means that you would try it. I don't want to try this. Anyway, that means that you would probably see some type of growth. And when you see that growth, you would be able to say, hey, remember when we had our agreement and I'm a recruiter for you? We had this agreement that when you saw this growth and the projections in your business actually became real, Amazon, OpenAI, that this would be my kickback. Well, since you have this kickback, because you've already agreed that once the business performs at this level, The recruiter who recruited the talent that helped the business come into that phase of success will get something that's, I guess, appropriate for that recruiter because they brought you that talent. And yes, you did train that talent, raise them up, and bring them through the ranks. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they was a star when you hired them. But it helps there be a connection between recruitment, employment, retaining, business performance. So you can stop lying to people and saying, we'll give you the world, just give us a whole bunch of money right now. No, you earn your money just like everybody else. We go to work, we earn a little bit at a time. Companies shouldn't be able to just get up here and say we are the best in the world. Look, because he's a genius or he's really pretty and she's even prettier, give us money. That doesn't make any sense, man. Like, no, we get out here and work for money. Companies should be the same. And if they were the same, they wouldn't be laying off 30,000 people like they're disposable. But it's because the income that they get is disposable. It really is. Because they don't actually earn it. They can dispose of it and get it again. The investors, they know that this actually is probably going to strengthen Amazon's position. I'll be honest. Because if they can dispose of 30,000 people like that and still be profitable, they are a juggernaut. That's what they are. And I mean a juggernaut in the medieval Hindu type of way. People are throwing themselves in front of Amazon to be crushed, to sacrifice themselves to Amazon, and Amazon is all the stronger for it. Investors is gonna flock to Amazon. The real money's going to Amazon again. So what do we do as people? Well, we can keep our little money in our communities and start buying and selling through our own websites. Maybe we can have more pop-ups. Maybe we can start growing some crops. We gotta do something, man. But that's my position on it, and that's my take. That's why I talk about the difference between this. The difference between this is not just about sales. The difference between the product you buy in China that doesn't really work that well and the product that's made right here on my 3D printer, that I developed over the last 4 years and tested, and people like it. It's really not about who's gonna make more money. This little cheap Chinese product is probably gonna make way more money than the product that I learned how to make myself and have sold, and people like it. Because this is gonna be on Amazon. And this is what's gonna have the marketing dollars behind it. And this is what costs 35 cents to make. But this is not what we need. And this is not what actually is a good product for cleaning your shoes. Really, Obadiah, stop. This is not a good product for cleaning your shoes. But it's the right product in the right place, Amazon, at the right time. A time of a society that worships convenience in whatever form it comes. If it comes in lewd forms online and it's convenient, they want that. If it comes as things that they can't afford, but the credit card says go for it, they want that convenience. Even if it comes at the cost of their community, of the strength of their community. Well, what's a strong community? We ain't never even seen a strong community. So who cares? Just give it all away. Just let everybody else have it. Like, okay, I mean, you have a lot of stuff. We have tons of stuff. We can really say that. That's something nobody can take from us. We have way too much stuff. So that's what I think about Amazon firing 30,000 people. But yeah, I guess this is my next topic because I kind of like what he's saying here as far as to pick on it. He says multiple job and everybody is wrong, huh? So his point was not even auxiliary to the point I was making. It actually is like he just interpreted it kind of through his, I guess, his own frame of mind. He it seems like he thinks about kind of being objective through his subjectivity and being able to judge right and wrong without any understanding of what he's judging. And that's a human practice. That's something that we like to do. I guess, that's what I've done it. I'm just, maybe I'm projecting on him, right? But I've done it. So that's how I can understand this. But anyway, I wasn't talking about multiple jobs and everybody else is wrong. All I was just saying is that multiple jobs is the reality when you don't have a actually solidified economy. Our economy is kind of ethereal if you think about it. What is our economy? Is it the people who buy stocks? I don't buy stocks. Trust me, I don't buy stocks. I buy the bare necessities, and I'm trying to make a business. Anyway, multiple jobs. Where are the jobs at? Where the job, like, where are we working at? I think that matters. Where are we working at? Because I can tell you, multiple jobs is not something that people want. That's not a life you want. Multiple jobs. I'm telling you. I'm not even saying I heard. I'm telling you, you don't want multiple jobs. And we're in an economy where multiple jobs is kind of the best people can get. There's a certain type of there's a certain demographic, education level, all that, where you get multiple jobs. And the reason you get multiple jobs is not because everybody wants to hire you. It's not multiple jobs all at once. Like when you was in school and you had a whole bunch of girlfriends. That's not what this is. This is you had a whole bunch of girlfriends and you 50 because nobody wants you. That's the type of multiple jobs we got going on in this economy. Um, Multiple jobs means either low skill or low low attractiveness to employers that otherwise would retain workers because they have the pockets for it. You might be working at startups, working at these little, um, gritty companies that can't really afford you because they don't know how they're gonna make payroll next month. So multiple jobs is where we at as an economy for a lot of people because they have to go from one job to pay the bills to the next job to pay the bills, and from that job, who knows where. That's how you end up with multiple jobs. It's not like you choose to just be like, I'm gonna hop around to all these jobs, make my resume look like a address book. That's not Obadiah. Obadiah, stop it, son. Yeah, so that's not why people go into multiple jobs. Not because it's so much fun. Not because the grass is green on the other side even. That might have been a thing, you know, at some point. Maybe in COVID, people doing lateral transitions and just getting not even trying to upskill, just going straight over here so they can get another $5,000, $10,000. A lot of people were doing that. Okay, leave that alone, son. Okay, yeah. So, like my man commented, multiple jobs is a real problem though. So we want to say what's wrong and what's right. I think it's wrong to have people in position where unnecessarily. I get some people are underperformers and some people just won't do. They just not gonna. They won't get with the program. They need to go somewhere else because a job is more important than a single person or individual. All right. So, Davy, if you are in need of help, what is this? Um, what is this? So anyway, yeah, multiple jobs is where we at. Amazon has jobs for who they want to have jobs for. I think that it's interesting that we going with Elon Musk to let's see, who is it? Tesla robots, and yeah, he wants to produce 1 million robots a year. 1 million robots a year in where is this place at? Does anybody know the name of that city? It's next to San Jose. I mean, next to San Francisco. Fremont. Is that where it's at? Fremont. And there was a Terminator movie that, like back in the day, they had this movie called Terminator, and they had a thing called Skynet, and Skynet was in uh, San Francisco, and they were making, the robots came out of San Francisco. Skynet, the intelligence, the super intelligence came out of San Francisco. The robots was all controlled by it. Elon Musk is in Fremont. Let me look this up, make sure Fremont is even a place. I don't know. I don't know nothing, but know nothing about California except that it is hot a lot, or maybe it's not. It's very mild and temperate or something. Fremont Tesla factory. Yeah, yeah. So that's where it's at. In Fremont or Fremont, how you say it. So will what he's saying about labor force being replaced by robots and people won't be doing jobs like that? Would that come true? I don't think Elon Musk is really a guy for telling the truth. but I think it's true that people won't be working jobs like that. But when you take work away from people, you take away dignity. Now, slavery and enslavement is different than work. It really is. It really is a diff. And if you want to quantify work as um, input or labor, then you can start doing a lot of fun. You can just do some funny things with slavery. You could start calling slavery um, institutional reformation, or how you reform individuals in an institutionalized manner, because no, it's not slavery. It's it's work. It's forced labor, and it's forced labor for their good. So when you take away labor, or when you take away work, yes, you take away labor at the same time, but you take away dignity, because there's a reward for work. Work is really judged by its reward. Now, the reward of a hard day's work isn't just a paycheck. The reward of a hard day's work is it should be. I know. We in a whole nother place with that. It's all about what you can see and what you can cash out and what you could swipe for and check out. That's what work is all about. But that's not really what work is all about. Work is about fulfilling your duty in the time that you have to do it. You don't have unlimited time. Time is very valuable. And so, therefore, the work and the reward is very valuable. Some work is more valuable than others. And we all strive to do the most valuable work that we can do. But it takes us right back to what I'm starting off with my rant. We got 30,000 people getting laid off. We might be doing the wrong work. And to my man point, everybody wrong. She multiple job and everybody wrong, huh? I don't know. I don't know. But they might be doing the wrong work. So doing the right work, I think, is important. I think that takes um, reformation also. I think the work as well as education needs a reform. And everybody always is working on reforming work and education. It's never been just work in education since I've been in the workforce, and since I've been in public education or a public school. It's never been a time when people was like, "Hey, uh, do you do you like how everything is just kind of not changing?" No, every political figure, everybody who come running for president, they want to change something. They might not say it directly, but them bills they pass and all this stuff, they changing the appetite of the society. This big beautiful bill that changes people. Oh, I get a new car and I get to write off so much of my interest as taxes for a new vehicle. I'm a bad new vehicle. So what? How you buy new vehicles? You get degrees. You get all right. Love you. Night night. You get vehicles, and I mean you get degrees, and then you get the vehicle, and then you get to write this off, and you get to drive around. Yippee! Um, so that's what changed the attitude towards education, because you also see that college enrollment has taken a hard hit. College enrollment has taken a hit. Well, not only has college enrollment taken a hit, but since COVID, the workforce for teachers has taken a hit. And teachers have been leaving in droves. Something that was kind of like a staple of the American society, teachers. It was a staple. It started to really degrade. So where are we going to get the educators for this generation, for these upcoming generations? Where are they going to come from? Don't know. Don't know. But somebody does. But that doesn't mean that the true education is coming from them. There's a true education that nobody can. There's a true education that nobody can change the schedule of. Nobody can contain in the classroom. And the education is given in the dispensation to different generations. Like there was a time when there was a generation that was educated through all kind of hardship, being taken from their homeland and brought here to America. There was a time when there was another people who was educated on their own homeland being invaded. This is goes for probably every society in the world. This is Europeans to Europeans. This is Mesoamericans to Mesoamericans. This is indigenous mountain tribes against other indigenous mountain tribes. This is the Sudanese versus the Ghanaians. Or I don't. This is the Mongols. You know, like everybody. The French to the who did they fight? Everybody. Napoleon. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is just what it's been. But that's what I think. That's what I think. 36 minutes on here. So that's what I'll do. And I think, interesting. Yeah, so that's the new version. That's what I'm working on doing. I can only have I can only I so I went I'm going live and I want to talk about the brush, but the brush is just a small part of things. Like life is bigger than just selling selling my product. Obviously, I have to sell my product because I need to work. I need to work for multiple reasons. One, to not be go crazy. Um, I guess that's all really. Because if you don't provide for your family, it's gonna drive you crazy. If you can't produce something that's valuable to society, it's that can drive you crazy. That's why people be so happy they going the garbage man can be much happier than a dude who's sitting in his house scamming people all day. Because you're not contributing nothing to society. You might pretend that you're happy, but that you can only do that as long as you're drunk and high off of whatever your choice of drug is. And I'm not saying that you actually have to use a actual substance, but if scamming is your drug, you're not happy unless you scamming. But you can be a city worker who fixes the power lines, and you know you're making a difference, and you can go to sleep you'll sleep at sweet at night. So yeah, I think I can only get subscribers on my lives, but that's part of the work. It's like to do the work, you gotta do that. But yeah, that's how a lot of jobs go nowadays. That's how a lot of jobs go nowadays. It's job to job. Anybody ever worked door to door? Crazy. But yeah, that's how we are now. It's job to job. They're saying that there's a class emerging, um, the unhireable class. You can call anything a class if you can get enough data to say this constitutes a entire group of people. This is a class. You can have a class. We don't really know class like other societies know class. You in it like we don't have a caste system. So we have we have a subtle one. We have a kind of a soft one, a whispered one. In general, depending on where you go, what neighborhood you in, it's louder and quieter. Um, but if you really just step back, there's a little bit of that going on. We don't really admit it. It's not American, but neither are we really. Um, I think yeah, American is interesting. What's American? When somebody says American, they mean this, and when somebody else says American, they mean that. You got to accept that sometimes you are not. You are the not. Somebody has to be the not when we're dealing with people. And people are not just generous and charitable and equitable. They're not. And they don't really care to be, which makes generosity and charity and equity very valuable. And if that stuff can be ascribed to your name, then your name is better than whatever charity, generosity, or equity that they would impart to you, because you own that. They can take it from you when they're the ones who give it to you. But if that's the discipline and the value of your person, they can't take that. And so your name is better than whatever they can hand you. Handouts are handouts are helpful. Handouts are helpful. Yes, people need handouts. Um, but the help is not in the handout. The real help is not in the handout. Um, so yeah, 40 minutes. All right, I went 40 minutes on here. I'm gonna go back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Thanks, y'all.